caught you slipping. You must be tripping, cause now I know. Oh, yes, I know. About your other girls in your past and your black book a very long time ago. And you must think I'm crazy. You must think I'm blind. If you want to keep me, boy, stop wasting my time. Here we go again. It's the same old song. You're thinking you're gonna do me like the other ones before, baby. What you say? All this time, I thought that I was the one who had the problem. Oh, yeah.
Welcome back to Talk That Talk with DivaSpeaks Relationships. My name is Angela Patareal, and of course, we got a brand new question in the inbox from one of our good sisters who just went through something a little bit embarrassing, and she doesn't know how to process it. She's kind of embarrassed. She's confused. She doesn't know what to do, how to process it, or even if she should move forward. But I will let you know that most people on both sides of the aisle, both male and female, probably have went through this. And there are a lot of people out there that will probably go through this. This is not gender specific, nor is it age specific, okay? But our good sisters went through this. So let me stop talking. Let me read her letter and let me give my feedback. So the caption is, he ghosted me after we slept together. Told you, right? He ghosted me after we slept together. Okay. Basically, he ghosted her after he'd been in her guts. Hooked up after our first date. Prior to this, we were texting consistently and made sure to let each other know when we got busy during the day. That night, at his place, he came after a few, okay? He apologized and said, this is unlike him. I stayed on to cuddle before he fell asleep on me. After that night, I tried to maintain the same energy in our text, but he ghosted. Was it because was so bad? I didn't get to do anything. Oh my. Or was he not attracted to my body? Should I have reassured him more that night? I was confused and barely said anything, just stayed to cuddle for a bit. I regret caving in so early. If I wanted something serious, I should have known better, really. This is so stupid. But how do I make out with what just happened? Okay, so if you're just now tuning in, our good sister was in the getting to know you phase with this guy. They hooked up on their first date, meeting each other. And after they hooked up, he didn't talk to her anymore. He stopped communicating with her altogether. That's it. That's all. I mean, but like I said, this is not something that any of us are new to. We've heard about it. Some of you have experienced it. It is what it is, because you never know what it could be once you get into that bed or get in that bedroom together, whether it will be fire and desire or whether it'll be just a total flop. In our good sis case, it seemed like it wasn't that good, or he didn't have any respect for her and he knew he wasn't going to go any further with her after he got what he wanted. So I would say this, the first thing is you were only texting. A man that really wants to get to know you is going to want to hear your voice. You were only texting this guy. Bare minimum, big mistake. And you should have known what you wanted from the jump. After having conversations with him, you should have gauged where your interest was and what level of expectation was he meeting with your interest and what you wanted to do, right? Because you said that you should have known better because you didn't know if you wanted something serious. That's fine. but you knew that you was going to sleep with him that night once you crawled into his bed, right? So you want to know, you got several questions. You said, was that bad? Possibly. You never know. I mean, because these are the questions that, quite truthfully, you should be asking him. It could be really was that bad? You ask, was he not attracted to your body? Could be, but that's a question that he should be answering. Should you have reassured him more that night? No, absolutely not. You're not there to pacify him about his skill set in the bedroom. Either he's good or he's not. Either he did it for you or he didn't. But he realized that he fell short, and he even spoke up about it. It could have been that he was embarrassed, right? He was embarrassed and he wasn't really into you like that. Or he lost respect for you because the two of you did, jump into bed so soon. It could be a lot of different things. We could play guess what it was from here until the sun comes up again, okay, through eternity. But no one can actually give you the answers that you are seeking but this man. But I can tell you that moving forward, you don't need to be trying to rush into the bedroom with a man that you barely even know, with someone that you're just texting. They don't deserve your body. You deserve better than that. You jumped into bed with a person that you said you guys were just texting consistently, and you slept with him on the first date, your very first date. The two of you ended the night with you going back to his place, crawling up in his bed, spreading open, and giving him something that should be sacred to you, okay? But he didn't value any of that, and neither did you. I'm not just going to point the finger and make him out to be the total bad guy, but you didn't value it either. You didn't value your body either, because you're guilty of sleeping with him. You're guilty of going back to his place and doing what grown-ups do, and now you have to accept the consequences of what come with what I can't talk ever. You have to accept the consequences of what comes with that. You play grown woman games, you get the results of grown women, right? Of a grown woman. So if you're just now tuning in, our good sis hooked up with a guy on the first date. They went back to his place. He went to the mountaintop very, very quickly, extremely quick. Our good sis said after a few, right? He was done. It was done. It was over with. And she said she stayed behind to try to cuddle with him. And then he just ended up falling asleep on her. He didn't really try to do anything. So after that, she says has tried to keep that same energy with him, because I guess she was, looking for more, but he didn't return the text nor the favor. He has completely ghosted her. Now she has all of these questions about, was really that bad? Was he attracted or not attracted to her body? Should she have done more to reassure him about his poor performance in the bedroom, and so on and so forth? I told her no, she shouldn't have stayed to try to reassure him of his skill set. Either he did it for you or he didn't. You slept with him way too early. You didn't know this guy, and both of you only thought enough of each other to text. I mean, he didn't call you and you didn't call him. So that shows you where the level of interest was. You shouldn't have ever went back to this man's place the first date and you were only texting. Big mistake. Moving forward, do better. Moving forward, make sure that guy's really interested in you. I mean, there are no guarantees with anything and anyone these days. So you have to be extremely careful. Your body is your temple. Make sure that when you make that decision to lay on that back of yours and, spread it open, like that, make sure that you have checked all the boxes as best that you can, right? Make sure that you have vetted this person. Make sure that this person is really worthy of it as far as you are concerned, and where you are in the process of getting to know that individual. And if that guy was really into you, like he should have been, the poor performance or the poor ending, the short ending to your intimacy, he would have cuddled back with you. He would not have fallen asleep on you. And in the aftermath, he would not have ghosted you. I've always been under the impression that if it's that bad and they were into you, that surely they would want seconds to redeem themselves. He didn't even try to do that with you. I mean, again, and he could be embarrassed. I don't know, but I think he's ghosted you because he's done. He's ghosted you because he was never that into you. He's ghosted you because he has no respect for you. And I have to be fair, you have no respect for yourself because you slept with this guy way too early. Again, texting, that's it? And he deserved your goodies, your cookies? No, ma'am. If nobody has told you, you deserve better. You should have treated your body better. If you want a man to treat you better than what you have gotten, you have to lead by example. Show that my body is my temple. My body is to be respected. I am to be respected. There is no way I'm giving you the best parts of me and all you've given me is text messages, right? Okay, so that's where I stand with it. All of the other questions that you have, they need to be answered by him. And since he has ghosted you, it doesn't look like you're going to get the answers from him, but let this be a hard lesson for you. Don't do that again. Don't do that again. Don't even put yourself through that. So if you're just not tuning in, our good sister got ghosted after her and this guy had sex, right? So she said they hooked up after that first date, right? Prior to that, they were texting consistently and they were in constant communication. And if one or the other got busy, they would be sure to notify the other. So that night at his place, okay, she went back to his place, first day. After a few thrusts is what she said, it was over with. A few thrusts, it was done. And she said he apologized and said that was so unlike him, okay? She said after that, she stayed with him that night a little bit longer to cuddle with him. But he didn't return that energy, he just fell asleep on her. So she says after that night, she tried to maintain that same energy with him, prior to her sleeping with him. He didn't return the energy or anything. He basically just ghosted her. And now she has all of these questions about whether he was interested in her or not. She wants to know, was really that bad? And was her body the problem? She's questioning her self-worth, her self-esteem, her body, everything now because of his actions after they slept together. Moving forward, don't do that again. Okay, don't ever sleep with a guy that soon. And on the first date, no, he has no respect for you. You're probably never going to hear from him again unless it's to head back into the bedroom. And I think you should want more for yourself. That's it. That's all. You said that you regret caving in so early. You know that since you say that, something serious is, you hadn't even determined that yet. Just don't ever put yourself in a position to be cast away by a guy because he lost so much respect for you because you went there too soon. Not to say that you shouldn't lose respect for him either, because he was in the bedroom with you, but that's just the way our society is set up, So once again, guys, this has been Talk That Talk with DivaSpeaks Relationships. My name is Angela Patarreal. And this has been one of those letters where we hear about these things. And most people, know of something like this happening, or they have experienced it themselves. And I'm telling you, just pick up your self-esteem and just move on, do better. And definitely never sleep with a guy that soon ever again. This has been Talk That Talk with DivaSpeaks Relationships. My name is Angela Patarreal. Toodles.